What if I told you that some of the so-called healthy foods in your kitchen might actually be the reason you can't lose stubborn belly fat? No matter how hard you diet or exercise, you might be doing everything right. But if these foods are slipping into your daily routine, they could be quietly sabotaging your progress. And the worst part is, most people have no idea. Now, before you start second-guessing everything in your fridge, stick with me until the very end, because I'm not just going to reveal which 6 foods are secretly holding you back. I'll also show you why they have this effect, what happens inside your body when you eat them, and the small swaps you can make to finally start seeing the results you've been working for. By the end, you'll understand belly fat in a way most people never will. So let's dive in. But first, do me one quick favor. If you're serious about improving your health and finally conquering stubborn belly fat, hit that like button and share your favorite healthy food in the comments so more people can discover the truth about these foods. And if you want more science-backed health and wellness tips, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications, because we break down what actually works without the fluff. Alright, let's get into the foods that may be preventing you from losing belly fat. And fair warning, the first one might surprise you. Let's start with fruit juice. It sounds healthy, right? It says 100% natural on the label. But here's the catch. Even though it comes from fruit, it's essentially liquid sugar. When you strip away the fiber from whole fruit, your body absorbs the sugar incredibly fast, leading to sharp spikes in blood sugar and insulin. And insulin is the hormone that tells your body to store fat, especially around the belly. Imagine pouring straight glucose into your system, and you'll get a picture of what's really happening with that morning glass of orange juice. Whole fruit. Great. Juice. A belly fat trap. Now, if that one made you raise your eyebrows, wait until you hear about low-fat or diet foods. You've probably seen the packaging. Low-fat, sugar-free, or light. But here's the dark secret. When food companies take out fat, they usually add sugar, refined starches, or artificial chemicals to make the product taste good again. That combination doesn't just stall weight loss, it drives cravings, may mess with your hormones, and keeps you coming back for more. Think about it. When was the last time you felt full after a low-fat yogurt? Probably never. These foods create the illusion of health, while quietly making belly fat harder to lose. Here's another one that might sting. Refined grains. White bread, white rice, pastries, crackers. All of these are stripped of fiber and nutrients, leaving you with fast-digesting carbs that flood your bloodstream with sugar. The result? The same blood sugar spikes, the same insulin surge, and the same fat storage around your waistline. Studies consistently show that people who eat more refined grains tend to carry more visceral fat, the dangerous kind that wraps around your organs. The good news? Whole grains like oats, quinoa, or brown rice don't have this effect, so swapping them in can make a huge difference. Let's talk about alcohol. I know, nobody likes to hear this, but it's a belly fat killer. And not just because of the empty calories. When you drink alcohol, your liver prioritizes breaking it down over everything else, including fat burning. That means your body literally pauses fat loss to process the alcohol first. Add in the late-night snacks that usually go hand in hand with drinking, and you've got a perfect recipe for a bigger waistline. Even moderate drinking can lead to weight gain, especially if accompanied by late-night snacking. Now, let me introduce a food that sneaks under the radar: flavored coffee drinks. You might think it's just coffee with a little extra flavoring, but in reality, it can pack as much sugar as a can of soda. Those fancy caramel lattes and fraps, they're dessert disguised as a morning pick-me-up. Coffee by itself can actually support fat burning, but when you load it with syrups, whipped cream, and flavored creamers, it shifts from metabolism booster to belly fat builder. And here's one more that's worth mentioning: processed meats, sausages, hot dogs, bacon, deli meats. Not only are they packed with sodium and preservatives, but they're also strongly linked to increased visceral fat and higher risk of metabolic issues. These foods can trigger inflammation in the body, which makes fat loss even harder. Plus, because they're so calorie-dense and easy to overeat, they can push you into a surplus without you realizing it. Now you might be thinking, do I need to give all these foods up forever? The answer is no. It's about awareness and balance. Enjoying them occasionally won't ruin your progress, but making them a daily habit will. And here's the empowering part. Once you start replacing these foods with smarter options, your body responds quickly. The cravings lessen, your energy stabilizes, and that stubborn belly fat finally starts to budge. So let's quickly recap. The foods most likely to prevent belly fat loss are fruit juices, low-fat and diet products, refined grains, alcohol, sugary coffee drinks, and processed meats. They either spike your blood sugar, throw your hormones off balance, stall fat burning, or promote inflammation. By swapping them out for whole, nutrient-dense alternatives, you're not just improving your waistline, you're improving your health on every level. And here's the final takeaway I want to leave you with. Fat loss isn't just about restriction, it's about strategy. When you understand the hidden traps in everyday foods, you gain back control, and that's when real, sustainable change happens. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button. It really helps this channel reach more people who need this information. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now's the time. We post new videos breaking down nutrition and fat loss in a way that's simple, science-backed, and practical for real life.